Hello everyone, my name is Mama Hearts Makeup and welcome to my channel. I've got another Halloween makeup look for you today. I put a little twist on the Scarecrow look. I have glam on one side and kind of creepy on the other side, but yeah, let's just jump on in. Starting out priming my face per usual. When you use face paints, you really want to make sure that your face is primed pretty well, just so it helps with the longevity of the makeup throughout the day. Now I'm just mapping out the different sides that I'm going to be doing on my face with a nude pencil. I prefer the nude because, I don't really want the line to show, at least not at this point anyway. I'm just doing this side of my face how I usually do it, concealing the under eye, foundation, that kind of thing. Definitely want to set it with powder because we're going in with kind of a dramatic eye, so I don't want any fallout to mess it up. Hydrate, that's important. Yeah, I needed some energy this day, guys. Don't judge me. Just a little blushy blush there, and using my still favorite highlight of the moment, the Amrezy collab with Anastasia. I went ahead and did my eyebrow off camera. And now going into this orange shade in the Morphe 3502 palette. Really working that up the lid as more of a transition shade. And now going in with this brown on the outer corner and the inner corner. I wanted to create kind of like a halo eye. I'm just kind of blending that out just a little bit more with the orange. Now I'm using my finger for this, mostly because I know it's just going to be a base for this glitter shadow that I'm using right here. I'll put down in the description what it is. I found it at Target. It was like $6. Really, really pretty. There we go. And now I'm using the black shadow to kind of smoke out that lash line. I didn't want to use eyeliner for this. I want it to be kind of smoky. And I do go off camera, out of frame, I should say, a few times in this tutorial. I'm so sorry. I'm my own camera person, so please forgive me. Defining that orange shade just a little bit more. Now for drama, I went in with a white pencil instead of a shadow for the brow bone highlight, and then just blending that in with the brush there. I like doing it this way because the shadow kind of fades, but the pencil stays a little bit longer. Now just a copper liner on the lower lash line, and then blending that out with that same orange shade from earlier. A little more energy. Yeah, Monster makes me happy, I'm sorry. And now using that highlight as my inner corner highlight right here. Sweeping away any powder. Now I'm using this NYX eyeliner pen to kind of map out the shape of the scarecrow side of the face. And I wanted it to look a little haphazard, so it's kind of like jaggedy, just, little lines. I didn't want anything straight. I mean, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I mean, obviously you can see what I'm doing here. I wanted it to look a little kind of jaggedy, raggedy, you know what I mean? I don't know. Now using some glitter glue onto the glam portion of the eye, and I'm going in with this orange glitter that I purchased from downtown LA like last year for like $1. And then I wet the eyeshadow brush just so the glitter sticks to the brush, and then just placing that down where I put the glue. Just a little at a time to avoid any major fallout. And then defining the little stitches kind of with the eyeliner again. And then making sure to remove any glitter that's stuck to the eyeliner. No big deal. I did a little more shading with that same orange color. I didn't put too much shadow on it. I wanted it to just kind of look kind of blown out a little bit, so I didn't want too harsh of a color here. And then I decided to add like some little stitch marks onto the patch here. Same eyeliner. I really like this eyeliner. And I decided to add a little bit of highlight with this white liner here. You don't have to do this portion. It just, you know, I had an idea and I did it, and I didn't mind it too much, but it's not necessary. Now going on to the side of the face here, I'm creating just a little small patch here using the same method, kind of jagged little short lines, adding a little stitch pattern on here as well with the highlight, and then just filling that in with the same shadows I used on the eye. You can use different color shadows. You don't have, it doesn't have to be the same ones, but they were in front of me, so I used them. And there we go. That's like the glam portion. And now we are going onto the other side for the jack-o'-lantern portion with this water activated paint, orange obviously. And I did go over this area a couple times to build up that coverage. And then using this orange shade from that same palette with a little bit of a larger brush to kind of not set it, because water activated makeup doesn't need to be set, but I wanted it to look not as, you know, one-dimensional. Does that make sense? And then I'm kind of blending the color onto the other side a little bit for some cohesiveness. And then using this flat brush with this brown eyeshadow and going over the top of that for like the lines of the pumpkin. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. I will say that this water activated paint works very, very well with shadows. The cream makeup can kind of move a little bit on your face and get a bit muddy, so the shadows work really, really well with this kind of face paint. And now just drawing in the little nose portion of the pumpkin, still same kind of jaggedy lines. And now I'm going in on the mouthpiece. You can really do any kind of shape mouth that you want. I just started drawing and this is what I came up with. Just going a little bit at a time and then filling that in later with just black water activated paint there. Again, working a little bit at a time, kind of maneuvering the shape a little bit as I go. And then going over the lips with the black lipstick, only because the water activated paint can kind of be a little bit drying on the lips. Now using that same paint with a different brush and just going over the eye on the jack-o'-lantern side. Mostly filling it in, and I'll go on the detail work in just a second. Using a black eyeliner to make sure that whole eye is as black as possible. Now here I go with the eyeliner, that same eyeliner I've been using for the other side of the makeup look here. And just swirls and lines and squiggles. I didn't know exactly what look I was going for, but I kind of like the way it turned out. Just keep filling a little at a time. And now doing the same to the bottom portion of the eye. Now, jack-o'-lanterns are kind of like snowflakes. Each one is a little bit different, so just do what you want to do. Now using this yellow eyeshadow, I'm going in over the whole pumpkin just for a bit of highlight, shading. I wanted it to look more, not natural, because obviously it's paint, but you know what I mean. Pumpkins have a bunch of different shades, and I kind of like the way it turned out. Now I thought the neck was looking a little bit bare. I don't know if I would do this again. I'm not a body painter, but yeah. So I kind of painted in some little crosshatch marks. It kind of looked like burlap, and like I said, you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. And I'm just kind of thinning out the neck a little bit with the black. Again, I was tired by this point, so it was kind of like a half-ass kind of job, I'm not gonna lie. Now defining that shape just a little bit with a brown liner. And I thought it looked a little sparse on this side, so I added that same shadow onto the high points of the cheekbone, kind of as like a highlight a little bit. And there you go. That is the finished look. I put on this wig. I didn't want the hair to compete with the makeup. I thought it was, you know, colorful enough. So I put this wig on. I tried it with a hat. I didn't really like the way it looked, but if you have a better hat than I do, you can probably do that also. And there we go. Glam Scarecrow on one side, if that is a thing, and Creepy Pumpkin on the other. Thank you so much for visiting me today. I appreciate it so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Let's play.